When your soul knows that it's time to change, your body often takes time to catch up with that. Because in the realm of spirit, in your soul, in the realm of energy, things happen very quickly, very instantaneously. Like, you just know that if you take this step, it's going to be great. You just know that that thing is right for you. You just know that if you take that leap, everything will work out. If you move into starting this business or this next step in the business or letting go of that other thing that feels heavy, that everything will be all right. And your body doesn't. Your body doesn't know that. Your body is glued, so to speak, to all the old programs, to all the old places that you've been living, to all the old relationships that you've been in, because it feels comfortable. And those are the old patterns. And one of the greatest challenges in stepping into your power and actually unleashing the transmission that you are here to share with the planet is to actually step into it and to let the body catch up. And today, as I'm eating flies, this morning, I'm in Spain, beautiful Spain. I just left my hometown in Ecuador, where I've been living for the past 13 years. And I've been going through this myself. My body has been going through tremendous energetic releases. So much fear that's been moving through my system. And I'm reminded of this truth. Earlier in this year, I made a very powerful decision in my life to live this year with no compromises on anything, on what I do, on the mission I'm on, who I love, where I live, how I live, to really fully embrace the highest calling of what's calling me. And it's been tough, and it's been beautiful, and it's been challenging. It's taught me a lot. And I've been so pleasantly surprised with how much of that inner stuff, the inner fear, the inner I can't go on, no, I've got to have safety, how much of that has actually come up in my body. It's been shocking. And a lot of people who might be watching this who know me might be shocked to find out I actually have no plans in going back to where I live. I've left for good. I'm done. I'm not intending to come back, and that's why so much has come up for me, and I know maybe has come up for you also during these times when you made a powerful decision, specifically in leaving something behind that has been known. It can be very, very surprising as to how much of that fear, how much of that old energy that says, no, you can't go, you can't embrace the unknown, how much of that actually comes up. And it comes up precisely for the reason why I shared, because the body hasn't yet caught up to that decision of the spirit. In the realm of spirit, things happen very, very quickly. You just know where you got to be. But the body takes time to catch up to that. And very often, even just the process of manifesting yourself into something higher can happen very, very quickly, and does happen very quickly. And the body is the one that presses the brakes on it because of fear. And so during that time, it's so important to have compassion for yourself as to how brave you are, how much courage you actually are embracing, because the narrative inside your mind can be so daunting. What are you doing? It's not going to work out. You're messing your whole life up. You should go back to this thing, or maybe you made a decision in your life to do something great, but at the last minute you feel this no, I don't want to, it's going to be uncomfortable, and your mind comes up with a million different reasons as to why not to actually do that thing. So I wanted to make this video to share with you a bit of my process, and just to remind you that you know that you know that you know, and to trust that, and to don't turn back on that decision. If it's come to you from spirit, if it's come to you from your higher self, if you just know, you got to trust that knowing, and you will be tested. You will be tested throughout the entire process, and that's part of the initiation. And in the realm of transmutation, when we talk of transmuting fields in the body, a lot of people talk about overcoming fear and doing something in spite of fear, and that has its place. But there will come times when there's just so much fear in the body that there's nothing you can do except but to just continue breathing into it and being with it. And it might last for days. It might even last for hours. it might last longer than that. It might take weeks with a certain field as you're just in it constantly, and it will come in waves and waves and waves of doubt and all kinds of anxieties and things that can come up in the body. But if you can be with it, here's a trick that I've learned: to know that what you are is greater than it, to embrace it completely, to fully be with it, and actually not identify with it. And the way that looks like is, if great fear is coming up, to fully honor it. You can put your hand on your heart and be like, okay, I honor this fear fully. I honor this 100%, this part of me that's so afraid of change, that's so scared right now. And I'm so curious what it would take to not identify with this anymore, and to trust the space that all this is actually happening in, and to fully go into it. There will come a moment when it just clicks in the body, where there's a recognition of, oh, I am not that energy that's flowing through me. In fact, I am it, but I'm also this other being that's willing to experience this and continue in this other choice, whatever that choice may be. And that's where the magic actually happens. When you start to disidentify with fear and identify more with the willingness to be in it, and the willingness to take the leap into the expansive direction that your soul is being called into, and to be in it even though things are not perfect, even though things may look like chaos, even though things are uncertain. That's when you know you're actually doing the work. Because to shift from where you are to a radically new, different life requires that virtue, the willingness to be with immense discomfort and to be comfortable being extremely uncomfortable. The thing that people experience the most when they embark on such a path is that signpost, just incredible discomfort. We tend to think that healing and moving into a brand new life, into something expansive, it's going to be all rosy and just beautiful and butterflies and rainbows. And it's precisely the opposite. Of course, there's that too. But often that comes with a great deal of discomfort as your body and your mind catches up to the new, as the old falls away. And if you're in that place, I just want to salute you and congratulate you, and to invite you to join me in that, in this year, as you move into your life of no compromise, into the fullness of what you're meant to be doing here on this planet. Is if you're uncomfortable right now, immensely uncomfortable, things are shifting underneath your feet, there's tectonic shifts, and sometimes all you can do is just breathe, but you know you're moving in the right direction. You're moving in the right direction, and you're not alone, and it's a test, and just keep going. And one of my favorite questions during this time is, when I feel like I can't go on anymore, when it's just unbearable, I just ask myself that question, like, great, I feel like stopping and going back, but I wonder what would happen if I just keep going. And there have been so many times when I have been so pleasantly surprised, days, weeks, months after I've asked that question, when I didn't stop, when I didn't quit, when I didn't give up, and I just asked that question, I wonder what would happen if I just keep going. And things turn out for the best, because I keep grounding myself in that place of spirit, in the unknown and the uncertainty. That place is also full of potential. You already know where the other path will lead you, where hanging on to the old stories, hanging on to the old people, old ways of being, the old ways of doing things leads you. The same results. When you get stuck in something in life, it's because you've created something in the same way over and over and over again. Because it's comfortable, right? You identify with it after a while. This is just me. But if you want to get to the new, if you want that breakthrough within yourself, it's got to go beyond that. You've got to actually move from a place beyond that, and even breathe from a place beyond that, which will often feel like unbearable, uncomfortable amounts of fear. Well, that's why we're here right now. To transmute fear, to go beyond it, and to embody that for the rest of humanity. Thanks so much for watching. And if you'd like assistance with this, check out the link down below. It's called Your Energy's Everything. I'd love to invite you into an incredible program where I assist individuals specifically with this process to help you transmute your fear, your shame, your depression, everything that's actually holding you back from stepping into the fullness of your transmission on this planet. Check that out. And I'm currently putting together a sailing expedition in the Ionian Sea in Greece in 2024 for a retreat, adventure-driven vision quest to help you precisely with that. So if you'd like to do that type of work with amazing people while sailing and adventuring in Greece and visiting ancient sites and having loads of fun this late summer, check out the link down below. It's called sailthestars.com. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.